What I'm going to talk about today, and I think it's going to impact you. I think it's going to help you, hopefully. I'm going to talk about the 4 reasons most people never reach their potential. And one of these, I really believe there's one of these that's going to punch you. But with that punch comes awareness and change, or at least possible change. So the 4 reasons most people never reach their potential. Now, the truth is most people say they want growth. Almost everyone will say that until it requires change. Number 1, do you know anyone who you think should be farther along, but just isn't? You thought they would be either more successful or their business would be bigger or whatever, right? Do you know anyone? You don't have to name them. Please don't tag them. That'd be terrible. Yeah, I thought my brother Joe, right? Like, don't do that. But do you know someone? Okay. Think about that person. So this is someone that you think, or at least you thought they'd be further along by now. Okay. Now, do you know someone who somehow has skyrocketed way past where you thought they would ever go? You're like, I can't believe that person is so successful. I can't believe that they won that thing, that they are earning that much money, that they're getting that much publicity, that they're famous or whatever. Do you know anyone like that? Maybe you grew up with them or watched them from afar and you're like, I just can't believe how successful. I never thought that would happen. Okay. Now, here's the question, without judgment, without saying, oh, they did it underhandedly or whatever. What do you think is the difference? What do you think is the difference between the person who you thought would be further along versus the person that actually is farther along than you ever thought they'd be? What do you think the difference is? Is it luck? Is it timing? Is it that you think they did something negative? Maybe they did. Maybe they did. Maybe they killed the rich uncle and got the inheritance or something. What do you think it is? What do you think the difference, specifically, the difference is? Not just what made them successful, but the difference. Is it action? What is it? Your answers to that type of question may reveal why you think you're not farther along. Because if it was luck or timing, can we dictate luck or timing? Yeah. So I want you to look at the difference. Look at what you deem is the difference between the person you know that you thought would be further along, the person that is actually further along. What's the difference? Can you implement the difference? If you can't, then that may be the justification that is keeping you below your potential. All right, that's the exercise. Drop a 1 if that was helpful to you. I'm going to give you the 4 reasons as promised. So the 4 reasons most people never reach their potential, not necessarily in order. I think it varies per person. A few of them I've talked about before, and some of them I haven't. Number 1, seeking acceptance, approval, and agreement. I think a lot of people, they wish that they had an abundance of support and a lack of obstacles. But the truth is, most successful people I've met, not all, had a lack of support and an abundance of obstacles, yet they still became successful. If you're someone that seeks acceptance, approval, and agreement from everyone around you, there's going to be a cap. There's no cap, going to be a cap to your potential, to what actually happens. Number 2, focusing too much on your potential and not what you actually do. I know people that will say, in high school, I was better than Jordan. I'm a way better speaker than that speaker there. And they're focused on how they see themselves and their potential, not what they're actually out there doing. Even the Bible tells us, it says, even a child is known by its deeds, by what the child does, not how highly the child thinks of itself, not the potential of the child. Even the child is known by its deeds. What are you doing? How are you practicing? How do you show up when no one's watching? I got up at my normal 4:20, 4:30, something like that, and did some of my morning routine. And then I felt ahead, laid down, slept for another hour, woke back up, and I just finished the rest of my morning routine. Y'all don't see that. Most of my family doesn't see it. I don't do it like, hey, look, guys, I'm doing my morning routine, right? I don't do it for applause. I do it because I'm obsessed with me becoming better so that I can serve you better. If I work on my wisdom and my walk in faith and all those different things that I work on in my rather extensive morning routine, then I stay healthy enough, I stay connected enough, I grow in wisdom, and I'm able to serve you longer term and better. So I think a lot of people struggle because they know their potential and they spend too much time thinking about their potential, about how smart they are, how knowledgeable they are, their life experiences, but they're not focused on what they're actually doing with those things. Again, even a child is known by their deeds. Number 3, spending too much time down after a punch. The wise man falls down 7, gets up 8. I really believe the speed and velocity of your success is very much tied to how long do you spend down negative after the punch. So the desire to just not get punched is baloney. I think we all get our punches. We all have struggle. Jesus said, in this life, you will have troubles, but rest assured, I've overcome the world, right? You gonna have troubles. How long do you spend focus on the trouble, and how long do you spend down and negative? I think that is an absolute key to how quickly you get to the territory you're called to claim. Spending too much time down after a punch. I mean, I remember, when I lost all in real estate, I went a full probably year of just depression, just a sad face, but I got out of it. I know some people never got out of it. Some people are still talking about the good old days and how great it was in their 20s. They're literally, a part of them is still down, and they've been down for the last 40 years. Don't spend too much time down after a punch. No, you're going to get a punch. How quickly you bounce back is absolute key. So just a repeat. And I'd love to know which one of these hits you the most. You don't have to tell me the reason why, but seeking acceptance, approval, and agreement, number one. Number two, focusing on your potential, not what you actually do. Number three, spending too much time down after a punch. And number four, trying to find fulfillment in something that can never bring that. That was me. The end of 2019, we were just rocking and rolling, man. Just millions and millions of dollars, just absolutely killing it. I had spoken on all the different stages that I'd wanted to speak on. We just finished our event, sold 2,200 tickets, just killing it, man. And something was missing. And I remember watching a 60-minute interview with a guy that played for the NFL. And the interview, he had just won his third Super Bowl, right? So this guy's got to be on top of the world, right? I mean, I've never won a Super Bowl, but I would think, man, that would be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty epic. The interviewer asked him, they said, yeah, you just won your third Super Bowl. Man, you got to be on top of the world. You got to be loving life. And the guy responds and he says, you know what? Most days I just wonder, is this all there is? Is this it? And the interviewer's like, well, what do you mean? He's like, wow, I just wonder if this is it. Is there something missing? He goes, what do you think it is? He goes, I wish I knew. It was sad. It was like heartbreaking. By the way, that NFL guy was Tom Brady, who went on to win, 3 or 4 more Super Bowls. Probably still didn't find fulfillment in the 3 or 4 additional rings. And so when we try to find fulfillment in something that can never bring that, see, money's never going to bring you fulfillment, right? Giving it away might help, right? They say that those who say money can't buy happiness just haven't given enough away. I think that's a key. I think that's a key to it. I don't know that that's the absolute key to fulfillment, but I think it's closer. And that doesn't mean that it's bad to have money. It's just bad for money to have you. Zig Ziglar said, money won't buy happiness, but everyone wants to find out on their own. I don't know that there's a truer statement. Which one of those resonates with you? Which one dings you the most? Are you chasing fame or followers or money and thinking that that's going to fulfill you? Personally, I'll tell you what I find fulfilling. Serving, whatever that looks like. Taking the gifts and talents that God has given me, taking your gifts and talents, because he's also given you gifts and talents, using those to serve others. Man, is that the best? Man, does that fire me up? If I could go back in time, I wish I had a screenshot for every person that's ever told me that I helped them make their first sale. Man, it's so cool, man. Because there's a world of difference between I've never made a sale, my first sale, right? And, the fact that God put me in that journey to help that person make their first sale, that's so cool, man. I just don't know that there's a better feeling than using God's gifts to help somebody, to help them either make their first sale, to help them draw closer to God, whatever that looks like, but using what we got to serve. That to me is fantastic. And oh, by the way, if you do this right, you make money too. How cool is that? It's cool. And so I appreciate you so very much. God bless you and your family. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right. Appreciate you guys. Bye for now.